Thanks for connecting. And if you like what you hear, please share.
Just every single thing is just so rich with learning. We just have to stop and not only smell the roses, but learn the lesson. It's pretty exciting what's happening.
Do you want to know how amazing people connect? Well, you're in the right place. Welcome to Marketing with Russ, aka #RussSelfie.
Today's episode brought to you by H&R Block of Albany, Corvallis, Lebanon, and Kaiser, your tax preparation specialist, and by Davis Home Inspections of Albany, Oregon. Davis Home Inspections for all your home inspection needs. Hey everybody, Russ here with another episode of Marketing with Russ, aka #RussSelfie. So excited today for my guest all the way from Toronto, Canada, Larry Easto. Larry and I got connected online, and we have so much in common, what he believes and what he's all about. I am behind him 100%. I'm so excited to welcome him today. But before we do that, I wanted to remind you that I am Russ Hedge, motivational speaker and coach, consultant, here to help you get connected and learn to network, bringing great customers into your business. You know, that's what it's all about. When it comes to business, you connect with people and you show them the true, authentic you, which we're going to talk about today. That gets them in and want to know, like, and trust you, which are the three biggest things to think about in business today. So if you want to get in touch with me and learn more about me, you can go to russhedge.com. It's that simple. russhedge.com. You have all of my social media and connection and email, everything you need there. You can even schedule a half-hour chat with me just to figure out what I'm all about. So I'd love to connect with you today. So without any further ado, we're going to jump right into Larry. Larry, how's it going today?
Oh, really well. We got some super stuff unfolding. Life is good. Life is good.
Good. That's what I love to hear. You know, life is what you make it, right? So we're going to start off today with a little bit about you. So I'm going to turn it over to you. Tell us all about Larry.
Wow. Long story short, I think I've spent my entire life trying to figure out what I wanted to do. I've done tons of things. I trained as a lawyer, practiced law, did some consulting, did some writing, did some teaching, did some coaching. Finally figured out that what I really enjoy doing is learning, but not learning for the sake of learning. I love learning new things and sharing them with others to make a difference in their lives. I mean, it's fun to learn new stuff, but if I just keep it to myself, hey, that's not very much fun. So I learn more by sharing my learning. So that's what I spent my life doing. It's kind of crazy to be a lawyer and do other stuff, but every element of my work has been about helping other people learn and helping them take responsibility for their own well-being. And it's not all that hard, but so many people just kind of get spooked and don't want to go there. So that's what it is. Long story short.
Well, you know, it's interesting because I think we are all lifelong learners. I believe that 100%. We learn so much when we listen to other people and see what's going on around us. No matter what we're dealing with, whether it's good or bad, we can learn lessons out of that and we can truly help people.
Oh, totally, totally. I'm a huge fan of experiential learning, and every single experience is just rich with learning potential. And sometimes our emotions get in the way of what's happening and we don't really recognize what's going on. Yeah, me too. Yeah, I mean, nobody's perfect, but just every single thing is just so rich with learning. We just have to stop and not only smell the roses, but learn the lesson. It's pretty exciting what's happening.
Yeah, it really is. You know, a lot of times I hear the phrase, people just wish 2020 was over because of all the things that are going on. I have found, though, there's so much to learn. There's so much good that's come out of all the things that we're going through this year. And there's so many great things we can still do. So I really am big on not wishing my year away, but learning from it.
Oh, totally, totally. It's unfortunate that there has been as much hardship as there has, but
Yeah.
you know, it's kind of like the universe has hit the pause button, hit the restart button. And so we have a chance to take a look at what we've been doing, what we are doing, and what we want to do, and just just the connections. I mean, we are seeing neighbors on the street that we've never seen before. And not only that, but they're stopping to chat. I mean, in a city, that doesn't happen often. So that's kind of exciting to see that and see the families out together. Again, don't often see that. So that's kind of exciting as well. Seeing the little people on their bikes is just amazing. So that's the upside. The energy that's coming from the neighborhoods is amazing.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. When COVID first started, we've always loved to walk, but I think we double timed our going outside and walking just because it was the only place out of our house we could really go through our neighborhood. And I found the same thing. People were starved for connection. So they were all from a distance, all willing to say, hey, how's it going? And chat for a minute because they had nobody to talk to.
Oh, totally. Just totally. So we've got a lot of connections there that for whatever reason we've been so busy not to stop and enjoy them. But yeah, it's a good time to be alive. Lots of great things happening. It's a point in history that our great grandchildren are going to go back and say, oh, my grandfather told me about that. But hey, we lived it. We're living it. So it's pretty exciting.
I think that is very true. Very true. So, from where you've come to where you are today, what are you doing today with your clients? Give us a little snapshot of what you're all about today.
Well, what I'm trying to do is help people recognize that marketing is not a science. It's not something that you need an MBA to do. It's not something that you learn in business school. It's basically building relationships, and we market our services the same way we make friends, the same way we talk with the families on the street. It's about connecting, building relationships, and being true to ourselves. And instead of trying to be somebody else, we just showcase our true selves. So by showcasing our true and best selves, we can make better connections and also better clients. We can attract more and better clients by showcasing our best stuff rather than trying to imitate somebody else. So that's the big thing, is to say, okay, now, we don't have to follow so-and-so's formula for success. What we do is just trust ourselves and connect with our inner selves, connect with who we're really about and what's really important to us, what are our values and beliefs, and go from there. It's about us connecting with other people, not following somebody else's one-size-fits-all formula.
Yeah, that is so true. And, I find that marketing is all about true connection and authenticity within yourself. And it's really way simpler than people think. I mean, really, it's not brain surgery. You just need to be simple, be authentic, be yourself, and really make an effort and start and move forward. And I think that you're truly about that.
Oh, totally. Well, it's taken a lifetime to figure out that it's too hard to be somebody else. It's too hard to try to live up to other people's expectations. It's too hard to try things that don't fit. Whereas when I relax and have confidence in myself and trust myself and trust that what I'm doing is worthwhile, it is so easy. It's embarrassingly easy. Whenever something works out for me that easily, I'm going, wait a minute, this is too easy. It shouldn't be that way. But it really is. It really is. Nature's not hard. Nature works easily and naturally. We don't understand it, but we don't have to understand it. We know that it works, and we have to trust that it works. And it does. Like every year we get winter, every year we get spring.
That's true. I just wish you were more passionate about it. I think
trying. It's cold in Canada, so it's hard to get warmed up to subjects. But yeah, I try. I do my best.
No, I mean it. You are very passionate about it. I can tell, right? Authenticity just drips off of you. And that's one thing when we first talked, I got from you right off the bat, and we are so much alike in that area. And I appreciate you and all that you're about. The fact that we can be ourselves. One thing that I found in the current climate and the coaching community and people marketing and helping out people, there's a lot of unity and a lot of cooperation and people working together because we are all our own person. We attract certain people to help them, and everybody has their own little niche to attract. And so working together, I am not for everybody, you're not for everybody, but there's so many good people out there, and I just appreciate the cooperation, everybody working together.
Well, thank you. It means a lot to me as well. I spend most of my time alone, and quick story here. When I was a lawyer, I hated rainy days. I practiced in a rural community, and I absolutely hated rainy days because on a rainy day the farmers would get off their tractors and come in, and they would tell me stories. They would tell me what they wanted to do, and I realized that they'd been sitting on their tractor for day after day after day after day, thinking about something, became carved in stone. And I find that I do that because I'd spend so much time alone, just here working and working in isolation. So it's nice to connect with people like you. And there's lots of other people like us out there. So it's reassuring to connect with these kinds of folks and say, life is really good. Let's make it better for a whole bunch of other people.
Yeah, that is so good. That is so good. So how many years were you a lawyer?
Oh, too many, far too many. I think 12 years.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's interesting because what you say and what you're about reminds me of a man named Bob Goff. Have you heard of Bob Goff before?
No, I haven't.
Okay, so anyway, he has an organization, was a lawyer and still does law to some extent, but his book Love Does, and there's a book Everybody Always. It's all about loving people and helping people. Anyway, somebody you should look into because it's interesting. You guys have a lot in common too.
Well, there's a lot of former lawyers doing some really interesting things, and I find that as a writer and former lawyer, I get more credibility than I ever got as a lawyer, and I think I'm pretty good. I mean, I wasn't nasty. I helped people, but when people say, "Oh, you used to be a lawyer," their eyes light up as if, "Wow, I've seen the light." But so there's a lot of really super lawyers. It's amazing training. Although I am no longer a lawyer, the lawyer training is still there, and it just helps understand things. We also have a built-in BS detector, so we can tell when there's authenticity and when there's a story that doesn't quite work. So yeah, it was a good experience, but it was just so many other things I wanted, and there's still so many things I want to experience. I've already got 2 or 3 lifetimes planned.
That's awesome. I'm with you too. I'm 56 and I am ready to just take off and do great new things. Doesn't matter, how old you are, you always have an opportunity to do new and great things.
Oh, so, totally. That's totally the
Well,
best is yet to come.
One last thing I wanted to touch on before we give out all your good contact information is, you are all about helping your clients, and this is something I always talk about too, looking at where people are, where they want to go, and helping them get there. And you say helping clients transform their business from where they are to where they want to be. And that helpful attitude has got to just bleed through and really draw people to you.
Yeah, it helps. It also scares away people who want everything done for them, which works. It's nice to have that screen there. But yeah, I really do enjoy the sense of empowering. I guess the best feedback I ever got was from somebody who incidentally read my first book, and he said, it was your book that inspired me to start my own business. And I kind of laughed and I said, well, that wasn't the purpose of the book. And he said, no, but it was just what opened the door for me and made me do it. So those are the kinds of people I like, helping find the switch to not only find it, but turn it up a little bit and do what we're meant to do, live our life purpose.
Yeah, that is so awesome. Well, it's hard to believe, but we're actually running out of time. So I want to make sure you have an opportunity to tell people how they can get a hold of Larry.
The easiest thing is LinkedIn. All of my information is on LinkedIn. There's a link there called New Beginnings, and that will provide more links to a free book and a free class. And there's all sorts of contact on there. People want to contact me, just send me a message through LinkedIn and we'll go from there. The first name is Larry, last name is Easto, the direction east with an O on the end, and I'm the only Larry Easto online. So that's the easiest thing, is just LinkedIn.
There you go. That is great. All right. Well, we'll make sure and link to that in the show notes. And I want to thank you today. I really, really appreciate you. Appreciate you coming on. Appreciate getting to know you. And I definitely want to stay connected. And I'm just excited about what you have before you.
That's great. Thanks, Russ. This has been fun. I wish we had another couple hours. We'll get up down the road. We'll get 2 hours down the road.
Well, thank you for coming. And, all of you out there, we appreciate you so much for joining in. Remember, we're all about how amazing people connect. And Larry is definitely one of those amazing people and how he connects. So if you want to get in touch with him, you can go to his LinkedIn site. We'll link to that in the show notes. And from there, we just hope you have an awesome day and have an awesome life. See you soon.
Thanks for joining us for this week's episode of Marketing with Russ, aka #RussSelfie. Be sure to subscribe in your favorite podcast app so that you don't miss a single episode. Have an amazing day.